Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT with Legacy Art Games, and we are back streaming more tabletop gaming with virtual tabletop and Roll20. Today we are back with GM Frosty for a brand new campaign. Yes, this is Cursed World, and it is a homebrew take on the Dark Souls story and franchise. Those of you who've played the games are going to see and hear a lot of things you might recognize, and you're going to see a lot of things that are different. It's a very challenging campaign. I have never played in it, but you can expect a lot of twists and turns here. It's going to be very interesting. So, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I will turn it over to Frosty. Just a moment, guys, while folks get ready.
It's a Keikaku.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, okay, Frosty, it is all yours.
Hi, welcome everybody to another Andromeda Adventures game hosted by our good friend Legacy Arc Games. We are doing a stream today, and we'll be streaming this new campaign that we've got going. It is called Cursed World. It is based on the Dark Souls universe, although it is its own universe. Let's introduce you to the players. First up, playing a... let's see. Playing the fighter of the group, an Ember Knight, is Kakiro. Playing Kakiro. Say hello. Next up is another new player to Andromeda Adventures, playing a barbarian. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you very much.
Their character is named Aaron. And lastly, if you've watched the Crestborn game, you will know our returning player, Zen, playing the snake Cetra, and of course, your famous host, Legacy Art Games, playing Izara.
Hello, everybody.
All right. So, now that we're getting started, you all find yourselves floating in a vast, dark void, disconnected from any sense of self, consciousness faintly returning to your body. You hear a soft feminine voice in the distance, and a dim light appears. Far in the distance, tiny spark of flame. You hear the woman's voice call out to you. As fire rises, so does it fade. Ancient hero, I call to thee. Make a sacred pilgrimage to the last lands of ancient lords. We are cursed with undeath, and we stand at the crossroad. Will you help us shed this curse? I pray to thee, seeketh the embers and restore the flame. Accept the fate of your ilk. Face the trials that await you. Prove your worth and find the ones with ancient crowns. Seek adversity and the crowns will be yours. Chosen undead, rise and become enkindled. And with that, you gasp, taking in a fresh gulp of dusty, moldy, old air, you find yourself lying on your back within a very dark area. Your hands instinctually kind of reach out to the area around you, and you find that you can't extend your arms very far on either side. There's a hard, gritty surface all around you. What do you do?
Not much. Kind of look around, check my weapons.
You don't feel that you have any weapons on you, and your gear is in tatters and old. You are trying to look around, and you can't see anything.
Well, as Izara is coming to consciousness, she will look around, and I believe she might be able to see the stone. Maybe.
It's completely black, so you can't really perceive it, but you feel around and you can tell that you're surrounded by stone.
Cetra, driven by purpose for their lord, they could feel the. Could they feel they're gonna knock around, see if any side of the stone is thicker or thinner?
As you're reaching around, you can't really tell how thick the stone is, but as you push on the top above you, you can hear it grinding slightly, and it's liftable.
Then, given that with their body type they have slightly more maneuverability, they will, I guess, corkscrew their body to tense the muscles and then just push.
All right, as you push hard against the stone, it shifts and cracks, and the angle makes it difficult. You kind of groan a bit, but you shift the lid off, and you hear it kind of slide and then fall over the ledge, slamming in the ground. All of you can hear somewhere in the distance echoing the sound of a large piece of stone hitting the ground somewhere outside of the chamber that you're in.
I hear this and push as hard as I can on whatever's in front of me.
You also push on the lid and force it open, and with your strength, you just kind of toss it to the side, and you guys can all hear echoing from somewhere in the distance a large stone shattering.
I mean, I feel like with mine I would do the same thing, Frosty.
Izara deduces, well, if she's lying down in a box of stone, she is most likely in a coffin, and so laying on her back, she will just let off an eldritch blast straight up, trying to blow the lid right off the thing.
You guys hear an explosion. Stones going everywhere. Cetra, as you are sitting up and looking around, you find that you are in a circular chamber. There are multiple sarcophaguses lined up on one half of the chamber, and there's a whole bunch of vases and funeral offerings and incense and candles all around the room. There's weird depictions above each of the sarcophagi, but they're faded and worn with time. You also see this, Aaron, as you're looking around.
Is there? Where do you want me to? Can I drop my token somewhere?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But you guys seem to be in. You're not in the same chamber, but you can hear movement and shuffling coming from down the hall just outside of the chamber that each of you are in. And you hear the explosion in the distance.
What do I see in the chamber around me?
There's a whole bunch of funeral offerings and grave goods. There's vases. You find your gear and the ruined, rotted, and broken gear of others. Make a religion check. And Kakiro, what are you doing?
I would pretty much do the same thing as looking around and see if I can find my gear, kind of.
All right. You guys look around, you find your gear, make a religion check, and
Of course.
Cetra has no clue.
They worship one thing and one thing only.
Kakiro can tell that this is definitely a shrine of some kind, but Aaron and Azara, you guys can both tell that these are like tombs, great tombs to heroes. And looking at the what's left of the images, you can faintly see a bit about like you can recognize a little bit of yourself in the depiction above your sarcophagi. And Aaron, there's a interesting thing. Your sarcophagus is in the center of all the sarcophagi. And there are depictions of a fire carved into the wall around your portrait.
So
But
it seems
the portraits
I died. It's odd. I try not to do that.
So Izara rises up out of the sarcophagus. She is just partially destroyed. And, has a look around and wonders, well, why on earth did they put me here to begin with? And she picks herself up, opens her hand, cradling a small mote of a flame in her palm. And she uses this as a light source for a moment as she goes to examine the carvings. And I suppose it would come to her attention that there's movement in the other rooms.
Yeah, so you guys can all hear things are beginning to move in the other rooms around you.
Do I find anything more of weapons beyond my own?
You find a couple of daggers and short swords, a spear, some really, really rotted leather armor, a broken breastplate, completely rusted out full plate armor.
I remember anything.
I take the short swords and the daggers.
Kakira, as you sit there and try and rack your brain, trying to remember, you're I'm sorry, I actually had the wrong person. It's Kakira that is the one that's in the center and has the flame around their depiction, not Aaron. My apologies. But you can see that your body, Kakiro, has a lot of burn scars on it. And you faintly start to recall little bits about your life. Small small bits of your wife Anna. You can remember the wedding, coming down the aisle and seeing her, or standing at the end and seeing her arrive. You remember you were a knight. Your friend was so excited to have you united, and you remember the frost-covered trees of the Boreal Valley. a large castle in the distance. And then you remember this dark place beneath the ground that you were seeking, trying to find it and being warned and shunned away and told that it was dark and evil. But everything that you had come to find told you that this was the answer. This was a way to save everyone. You can't remember what you were trying to save them from, but you knew that you must. And then you just remember burning.
I would look down at my hand and kind of like grip it into a fist and let it go a couple times, and I was night. And I kind of look around to see if there's any other movement or if any of the other sarcophagus that had pushed open.
They have not. Most of them actually look destroyed. Like the room is partially caved in.
I mean, is certain things. I mean, if I remember being a knight, I'm sure certain instincts would come back. I mean, as a knight, I would grab my gear, adorn my leather armor, and look for a way out.
You're able to see the hall that extends off of the round chamber.
Yeah, not really knowing what's going on, or still very fuzzy about who I am or who I was. But knowing that I'm not going to get any answers in here, and I would walk out towards the hallway.
Okay. The rest of you can hear someone walking down the hall just outside of where you're located. And all of your memories have started to slow. The memories that you've rolled have started to come back. Bits about yourself.
Cetra would like to try and remember if they were given their whatever their last orders were, their last mission, I guess, from you know who.
They cannot.
Well,
All right.
they-
Aaron is going to start looking for whatever's making noise.
All right. Aaron, you start to walk out, looking for whoever's walking, trying to see, and you can see in sort of a long main hall. There's a bunch of statues of heroes that are crumbling. There's candles lit and incense. The whole place is very dimly lit, and you can see Kakiro, if you want to describe your character, and Aaron, as you guys see each other stepping out of your perspective chambers. You can see there's a few other chambers, and then the hall at the end sort of extends upward, and you can hear movement in the other two chambers on this level.
Aaron is a large, dark, gray-skinned giant person with a bare-chested with a great axe in his hand.
Kiro is a wood elf. He'll generally have two short swords kind of sheathed at his side, with a bow at his back, and just be kind of wearing a basic kind of green leather tunic that a lot of wood elves are kind of known to wear, or at least they style their leather armor after. Once he sees a figure, though, his right hand will kind of instinctively move towards one of the flames, and he'll use the control flames cantrip he has to double the light it provides to kind of illuminate better the figure in front of him.
Were you dead too? Because I feel like I was dead pretty much.
And
Izara and Cetra, you can hear voices echoing from outside the hall and can hear what they're saying.
he thinks for a second. I think so. I can't remember anything past a certain moment. I remember I was a knight. And then I remember darkness. But based on how old my gear looks, if I was dead, I would say it'd been for some time.
Izara is examining the carvings under the light of the small flame she holds, and she's wondering to herself, the flame, it must not have worked. It should have worked, but I remember now. And if I'm here, then in that case, oh well, things have gone terribly wrong. I think I understand. The question is,
Then
why
you
me?
are alone in that.
What was that?
Then you are alone in that. I don't understand shit.
Or are you near me?
I think that was out of character.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, after kind of looking around your guys' perspective chambers, you also make your way out into the hall and see the other two figures.
And as to Izara, it's difficult to tell what she is at all because, but for the bottom part of her face, she's pretty much covered. Even her eyes. It looks human. That's about all you can say right now.
Cetra wouldn't go out themselves, just in case it's dangerous. They would naturally try and call their familiar.
You'd have to take the time to do the ritual.
Oh, I still have to do the ritual? Okay. I thought you said I could start with it. Never mind then. Then I don't know. Because they wouldn't want to go out. Dangerous.
Oh, all right. So you're just hiding inside of your little chamber, trying to figure stuff out.
They're used to being disliked for what they are. So.
Well, I'm roaming, but not necessarily into the main hall. I could wander into Cetra's room.
Well, as you guys would, most likely, you'd probably wander past and see Cetra in the room.
Because sadly, disguise self doesn't actually work on me because I don't have legs. Why did I even prepare that spell?
Well, even without, Izara pauses and doesn't seem particularly alarmed, but she's seen a thing or two, and she comments, so you too must have risen to the tolling of the bell, I would imagine.
I rose for my lord. Well, being spotted, they'll go into the main hallway, but they will have their spear at the ready.
Well, either way, you and I are no longer blessed with a peaceful rest. It appears we are enslaved to yet again fix the problems of the ages. And no doubt there are at least a few others.
I care little for the ancients. I care only for one thing. but I am glad to be awake.
I rose, but I know not why, and know not why. If I wanted to be arisen.
Seems like once is less important than that it happened.
So for everybody, now being spotted and it's too late to not deal with it, slithering out of their chamber, probably the closest thing to being big like the giant boy, is a very large, purple-scaled snake person, full body snake, tail and all, wearing scale armor, pointing an obsidian spear at everyone, with an amethyst necklace around their neck.
And Izara is walking along with Cetra, very placid looking, very calm despite the spear. And she is fully shrouded, but for the lower half of her face. And there is a bit of light to go with her presence as she's cradling a very tiny little flame in her palm. And as we come upon the other two, she comments to Cetra, and there you have them.
As long as they don't get in my way.
In the way of what?
Knowledge, my friend, knowledge.
Well, then we have a common interest, but first piece of knowledge is to find out, well, why did we awaken? No doubt, well, I have a thought, but first things first is to leave this place. It's useless to us.
I'll let the big one proceed.
Quite nice of you.
Agreed. I feel like we'll find no answers here.
All right, you guys all begin to make your way down the hall to the large stairs, and you can, as you begin to go up, you find that it opens up and twists into multiple other layers, and there are tons of tombs in this place. Just paths and twisting halls and winding walkways. Eventually, you're able to make your way up, and following the sound of trickling water, you find that you're still inside the Kekos, but it looks like this area has been caved in and slightly destroyed. There's a small opening in the side where it's kind of given way, and you just see a big black sky and a grayish ocean.
Oh, I forgot to investigate. I wanted to find things.
We're using squeeze rules, correct?
Do what?
Squeeze rules.
Yeah,
So
you can.
terrain if it goes through there. So are we coming from the right?
Yeah.
So there seems to be this passageway over here to the north. And we have to squeeze in.
All right.
Cetra's gonna follow behind.
As you're
at all times.
making your way through, you can see other figures shuffling and shifting ahead in the distance.
Do they seem like us or more monstrous?
As you start to get close, I'm gonna need everyone to roll an initiative.
I assume
And
that answers that.
you can see that they look gray and desiccated. Their clothing is rotted away. And they're moving as though they have very little drive or intelligence until they spot you. Kakiro, etc. Aaron, Izara, I need you to roll your initiative.
That's a
Okay.
weird initiative.
Cetra, you are up first.
With my body type, would I be able to squeeze past?
Yeah.
Difficult terrain, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So that one would be fine because
Well, you're not large. You're you're
Yeah, I
still
know,
a
but just-
medium creature. Yeah.
But past the big guy, because normal people can't. But I was asking if my body type would make it so I could. Right, so through him, that's going to be. I can get that far. Oh wait, no, I can go one more space. That's 25. I'm going to start with. That one's close enough to be a problem. So I'm going to start with a very simple cantrip on that guy right there. As she plants her spear in the ground, or they plant their spear in the ground. I knew I was going to start doing that immediately. And I'm going to cast throughout their hand and 12 to hit that one with chill touch, basically, but touch of death.
That will hit.
1 necrotic damage, but that's not the part I care about.
All right.
That one has disadvantage to attack me. And only me. And that's turn.
All right. And then Izara, your turn. You hear a blast of magic go off in the distance.
And let's see, is this our giant guy here right in front of me?
Yes.
Okay, I probably cannot get past him.
No, you can.
You can.
Okay,
It just counts as difficult terrain because you're squeezing.
looked a little narrow there. Okay, and wow. All right. I guess we're going to go for, well, an Eldritch Blast.
All right. That will hit. Okay. The blast hits and blasts off it. It scorches its shoulder a little bit. It growls. All right.
I actually need to tweak that a little because I think I had fire damage to mine.
I think it counts as fire damage, actually.
And then the two hollow, two of the strange creatures up ahead, the hollows, pull out bows and go to shoot. They will shoot the big guy, Aaron.
Hey, at least I'm not the only one.
Okay, so it just misses wildly. The second one misses again. So the 2 arrows kind of fly past and break against the stone of the
What
cliff.
kind of roll is that? D4 exclamation point P?
Kakiro, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. Is it difficult terrain to move past same sized allies?
No.
Okay. 5, 10. Moving past him would take, what, 20 feet? Okay. So 10 feet, 30 feet, 15 left.
Oh, ignore that, sorry.
All right.
As remaining 15 feet, I'll move there. As a bonus action, I will summon 2 of my molten blades that will float around me, and I'll use my attack to strike this one with one of them.
Okay. Roll your to hit. That'll definitely hit.
11 damage.
The blade sort of flies out and slashes into it, and it shifts slightly and seems to kind of lose its balance almost for a second, and black blood starts to seep out of it.
All right, I'll end my turn.
Aaron?
All right, Aaron will just to make sure none of this is difficult terrain.
Moving up some of the hills would be, but otherwise no.
All right, I go up here and I rage and attack this one.
All right. Roll your to hit.
And it's actually going to be radiant damage.
Nice. Oh yeah, that definitely hits. You get a really good chop into it with your axe, and can see the black Icarus blood pouring from the wound.
Sounds good. I'm gonna move here, but that's about it.
Okay. I was going to come down and get into flanking. So, one hollow is going to attack Kakiro. It sort of growls and shifts, swinging at you with its arms. I believe that misses.
So it just kind of move barely, just out of the way in time.
Yep. And then the other 3 are going to attack Aaron with advantage because they're flanking.
What are flanking rules here?
Have to be able to draw generally a diagonal through the creature. It's easier to flank a large creature than it is a medium one.
Interesting.
And if more than 2, and anybody else gets advantage regardless.
He has not yet. It's the first one slams into you with its fist for 7 bludgeoning.
All right.
Second one also manages to get a good
that'll
attack
hit.
off for 3 bludgeoning. And the final one barely hits for another 6 as they're just swinging their club-like arms at you, slamming into you.
These aren't magical, right? No, it doesn't matter.
No,
Never mind.
they're not. And you guys see down the hall through the pile of debris and rubble that's scattered throughout the room of all of the broken chambers and tombs and grave offerings, a skeleton rises. It's got just barely scraps of anything hanging off of it and leather. Its body kind of rattles together as it forms back into a semblance of what it once was. It is going to shoot at Citra with a short bow.
Okie doke.
As
You
a
have
miss.
you have auto roll damage on.
Yep.
And
All
by
right.
God, it must have max damage.
Citra, your turn.
Seeing as this jerk just tried to shoot me with a bow, they will pick their spear back up and get back up in its face and 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
So I'll be 9 damage, and then I'd like to use my bonus action to perform my constrict.
All right.
So then it will take. Which one is it? Another 12 damage. And my movement speed is now 0.
Okay. You crush it in your tail. Or in your body.
I just realized I rolled max damage on that.
All right. Izara, your turn. As you enter into the chamber, you can see all of the hollowed creatures. This one? Okay. I think. Do you have 2 Eldritch Blasts at 3rd level? I thought you only had 1 right now.
That's 5th level.
Okay, roll your to hit. That definitely hits. Your blast hits dead center mast for 6 damage. And you can see the scorch mark and some of its clothes burned away. Hollow Warriors are going to shoot their bow, one at Kakiro and one at Arin. Kakiro, the bow gets shot at you. The arrow flies past, missing. And then the one at Aaron.
That'll hit.
Just barely hit. For 9 piercing as the arrow stabs into your arm. Kakiro, your turn.
All right. Let's see. Hero kind of looks at both of them. He notices the one's already injured, but he definitely has advantage formation-wise over the other. So
Yeah.
he's going to use his 2 molten blades. So he'll make his baseline attack against this one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Alright.
16. So your sword just slices through it and ignites it on fire as it burns away into ash, collapsing. And a wisp, white wisps fly out of it and gather into you. You each gain, or the party now has a total of 100 souls.
I'll
Sorry,
track that. at the end.
150.
I'll start tracking that.
Okay.
And then with that bonus
Kakiro.
action, yeah, I'll command my other molten blade to fly in and stab at this.
Okay. That hits, and it pierces through it. The sword just flies through it, and it collapses onto the ground dead. More wisps of light fly out for another 100 souls for the group. Aaron, your turn.
Yep.
Sorry, are you moving?
Yeah, I was gonna move, just like reposition myself here and end.
Aaron attacks the one he already attacked. This time with fire on his great axe.
All right. That'll hit.
And will it also hit the one on the left?
Yeah, you're attacking the one on the left. That will kill it.
And I do 5 damage to the one on my right. 5 fire.
Okay. Well, you botched on your to hit roll.
No, I didn't.
Oh, rage. Sorry, no, that's your rage damage. Yep, sorry, wrong thing.
Which doesn't actually apply to the.
Yeah.
This,
All right.
if I would have hit the thing is very problematically written, but basically what it says is if I had attacked the one on my right, I would have hit it with a 23. If that's true, then I can kind of splash fire damage over to it, and either to 1 or 2 targets. And if it's 1 target, it's the roll on the left.
Okay, so you attack the guy on the right. I thought you were attacking the guy on the left.
It
Okay.
meets the same AC as the guy on the right, is what he's saying.
No, I attack the guy on the left, and it splashes over fire damage to the guy on the right.
Okay. Yep. Takes the 5 fire damage, and it is bloodied, so you can see like its body is really burned up and hurting. All right. And that's another 100 souls for the party. And now the Hollow's turns. There's only 1 Hollow left. It is going to try and attack Aaron, slamming And with its fists.
That'll hit.
Hit.
Ooh, low AC barbarian.
So it gets a decent smack in on you.
Yep, low AC barbarian, but consider the fact that I'm taking half of all of these.
Yeah.
All right, Cetra, it's your turn.
Cetra is going to rinse and repeat against this guy who's being annoying. So, you know what? This time they're going to put their shield away and then power shank it. Yeah. Do we have a starting inspiration?
Everyone does get inspiration at the beginning of the session.
Yep. So I'm going to re-roll that because I don't want to immediately lose my spear. So
No, you don't.
17 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 damage, and then use my bonus action again.
You stab into it, and
9 damage.
Black Ichor sucks. And then you crush it.
The damage is guaranteed. It's just whether or not it ends up grappled is the save.
For another 100 souls.
Yep.
We might have to adjust that. Izara, your turn.
Sorry, I was just thinking there. It might be a little bit difficult for me to aim around the big guy there to hit his other target. So I'm going to, let's see, 25, 30. I'm going to move here, and from this angle, I'm going to try and attack it.
All right. Launching your Eldritch Blast, I assume.
Yes, I am.
That'll hit. And that'll one-shot it. Just blast flies out and blows up around it as it collapses for another 100 souls. And as these things die, all of their bodies just vanish. All right. No more Hollow Warriors. Kakiro, it's your turn.
All right. So, move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to flank. And then I would attack this with my floating
With advantage. Yep.
Yep, so I'd have one just kind of fly towards and try and stab it right in the back.
All right.
That
That'll hit.
That was the one I actually meant to kill. I don't know who I just killed.
You killed one of the Hollow Warriors.
Okay.
And then as it's if it's still standing with my bonus action, I'll have it like rip out of it as an attack. Try and like cut it in half.
All right. And you're able to. The blade flies in, cuts it in half with the second attack, killing it for another 100 souls for the party.
And then that would end my turn.
All right. And that ends the combat.
Well, I feel more like myself now that we've killed some evil beasts.
Well,
Here it nods.
beasts they are. Evil they're not. Probably lifeless, she says, as she nudges one of them with her toe of her slipper.
The bodies are gone. They
right,
just
they
dissolve.
vanish.
They leave nothing behind.
Yes,
I don't like it.
there's nothing.
No loot.
Izara looks around and she sort of surmises they're probably failures, unlike ourselves, unfortunately. We're most likely awake because the first flame is in trouble again. It's likely waning.
My lord won't like that.
Sounds like something to be fixed.
Well,
You guys can hear clapping in the distance of multiple claps, like two hands, three sets of hands clapping. As you turn and look down the long hall, you can see a hooded, robed figure with multiple hands kind of reaching out of it, clapping. It's got two sets of hands are clapping. One hand is holding it up like a leg, and another hand is holding the staff. Most impressive.
Thank you. I try to be.
Cetra's pointing their spear at him.
My apologies, enkindled one. I mean none of you no harm.
Does that mean you mean us harm?
No, I am here to assist.
You stated a double negative.
and you may not mean us harm, but, and Izara is looking off to the northwest, I see more of them up there.
Ooh. More coffins, maybe trinkets up there? Stuff.
Maybe.
If you wish to purge this place of the cursed souls that wander, of the hallowed ones, I would be an appreciation.
What sort of appreciation?
Do you have stuff?
I do not have much stuff. I do have some knowledge I have acquired through the cycles.
Yeah,
Good enough.
for me.
I'll take care of these guys anyway.
I'm always up for more knowledge.
Does Izara have... I imagine this will require a roll, but does Izara have any idea what he is?
No.
Okay.
Aaron starts off.
Initiative.
Oh.
Come on.
Izara and Kakiro.
Sorry, I'm slow. Remember, I have to keep using
It's
separate
okay.
windows.
Yes, yeah. So good, man.
Okay.
I keep getting low on the
Aaron?
All right. Aaron gets about here, and then am I still raging?
Yeah, it's only been a couple seconds.
All right. Then raises his great axe, disappears in a flash of light, and appears next to him, and attacks.
You appear and definitely make a good hit.
This one does radiant damage.
$15. You one-shot it, just slicing through it as it bursts and dissolves into souls. Another 100 souls.
Alright.
Its turn. It's going to draw its sword. Alright. It actually also has a great axe. It swings at you with its great axe and misses.
Don't worry, I'll show you how it's done.
Cetra, your turn.
Yeah, they know they're not going to be able to reach it anytime soon. So what they're gonna, and they also, it's not going to be easy to shoot around this guy. So instead, they are going to, may not be able to prepare spells for it, but I do have second level spell slots. So, okay, that's 1. So I'm just gonna roll 3 more by. So that's a total of 16 damage as a second level magic missile.
That'll kill it. The magic missile hits and blows up, and just burst of souls comes out for another 100 souls.
And they're just purple bolts of energy from their hand. These things are getting annoying.
I don't see any more of them, though. The corridor extends beyond the sarcophagi.
Hey, big guys, there's stuff up there. I'm looking for trinkets.
We'll check the sarcophagi.
I would like to check.
Use the.
Oh, they're gone.
What were you doing?
Checking the sarcophagi for stuff.
Aaron just starts flipping over lids.
So they'll be a bit more thorough about it.
You find several people placed in reverent positions inside the different sarcophagi. A couple of them are empty and look like they were just being moved around, but you don't find any items of any importance. As you guys are looking around, though, and Kakiro and Izara, as you have a chance to look, and Cetra and Aaron, there's a lot of gold and silver and money just piled up around. As offerings. You do find two sages' wrists.
I don't think any of us can use them.
10 sets of grave goods.
I can't use that either.
And
if it's a ritual, I potentially could.
Oh yeah. Just a second, because I'm not used to this. So give me a second. Normally Kovash does this. So how many sage's wrists?
2.
So those are considered single-use items. Sage wrist 2. 10 grave goods, you said? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And 8 blooming cold blood blossoms.
Which is what I'm going to need pretty soon. So those question, because we've never actually had a wizard in one of these games. Does that supplement all the materials? Like, if I cast Find Familiar, would I not need the brazier if I'm using a blossom?
Correct. It just always consumes it.
Good. Okay. So 8 of those. I need to try and find other things. Ooh. We'll have to investigate these later.
But yeah, otherwise you don't really find much of anything in these.
Ooh.
So how much gold and silver?
There's thousands. More than you can carry.
More than I can carry?
But there is a point.
You could fill one of the sarcophagus with probably 100,000 gold.
Somehow I doubt you're going to find much business to be done.
Why not? Gold's still good everywhere, right?
Ask the guy down there. I'm gonna check out this tunnel over here.
Hey, guy who has knowledge.
Nazim, at your service.
Nice to meet you. I'm Oren. Gold's still the currency of the realm, right?
I do not know. I have never left this place. These are the trinkets that many leave for those who have fallen.
Okay. What knowledge do you have?
My knowledge is on this place and of the purpose of the heroes and what I have gathered from the lady who came here recently, that she awaits those heroes who have awoken here, yourselves.
Okay. I'll give it to you. That's pretty helpful.
All right, and need another initiative, as Cetra just walked into a fight.
The firekeeper, I would imagine, Zara can be heard to say as initiative happens.
There we go.
Izara, make a religion check.
Hmm.
Religion.
So, since there's so much gold in here, could I examine and try and see if there's any platinum pieces?
There are platinum pieces. You're probably just looking around. You're probably able to see maybe 20 or 30 of them.
All right, I would spend a little bit of time and try and take 20 platinum pieces.
But we're gonna be in combat, so you'll
Uh-oh.
have to be gathering them up. You might not know that you're in combat, so but I need you to roll initiative.
All right.
I think everybody has, yeah.
And I rolled your religion for you up there.
All right, yeah, you would know about the firekeepers, so that's fine.
Oh no, we're missing calculator.
Oh, did I not? Oh, I could have sworn I rolled. Okay. My bad for rolling.
Oh.
Bring it.
Yeah. So it's gonna shoot at you with its bow.
That'll miss.
All right. Kakiro, you're looking around and picking up some of the gold for this turn because there hasn't been the sound of fighting yet. Cetra, your turn.
Cetra's like, gonna find out what you are soon. I sent you a DM, by the way. If that's going to be a useful balance for this ability. I figured attaching it to my bonus action would work, but...
It's something I'm going to have to look over. But for now, that works. Alright. That will hit.
10 damage. And then I guess we'll use the new version of... I'll perform the check.
Well, they don't have a lot of athletics, so...
Well, athletics or acrobatics. Yeah, they still pass.
Yep.
And so is that going to be no damage then?
Nope, no damage.
Okay.
Izara, what are you doing? Because you can't see any fight going on or anything.
Right, I can't see anything going on. Can I hear something going on?
No, not really. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Hey.
Yep, you don't hear anything.
Okay. Izara remains where she is for the moment, ignorant of the fight, and she asks Nazim, so have the bells tolled then?
Make another religion check to see if you even know about the bells.
Sorry, I assumed by what you DM'd me.
I said you don't know about any of that stuff.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, sorry, I read wouldn't as would.
So yeah, you don't. you don't know about the bells. Oh, you got 20 of those. So you would know about a ritual to awaken the undead with the bells. And Azim says, the Firekeeper has performed the ritual to call the chosen, yes. The fire has long since faded from this land. It is almost out, and our world is bleak. All right, hollow turns. Okay. One hollow is going to attack Cetra. That'll hit for 6.
That will not hit.
Shield. Okay. Aaron, make a perception check.
All right. Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Does my 20 passive?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here.
This wouldn't be passive, but yeah, your perception check. Yeah, you can hear the sounds of fighting from around the corner.
Okay, am I within 15 feet? No, I'm not. So I'm gonna dash. Is this difficult terrain?
It is.
Okay, I get that's 25, 30.
All right. So you run in and can see a few more of the hollowed creatures. All right, and you were dashing, so that's all of it. All right, Hollow Warrior's turn. He's going to fire his bow again.
Nope, because shield's still up.
Yep. Kakiro, make a perception check. Kakiro? Is everyone able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can.
Yeah, I can hear. So, can I hear any of the noises coming?
But he
Uh,
was
make
on the way.
Make a perception check. Yeah, yeah, you can barely.
Okay, so I hear the sounds of fighting, and then can I climb this? Is it just difficult terrain, or?
You need to make an athletics check to climb it.
Yeah, I would move 10 feet, and then I would try and climb.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to climb it. So it'd be normal movement, and that's your it uses your action to climb it normal to make the athletics check. So then you would Kim. So you climb up at normal movement. So
Cool. So that is then 15 or 20 movement speed, 25, 30, 40, 45. I see more shambling
difficult
dead.
terrain. Yep.
And then I have my swords out, and I mean, I would just kind of ready in action to hit anything that comes near me, just out of like defensive
Okay.
maneuver, and then that would be it.
Cetra, your turn.
They're going to take one step over here first,
Okay.
and then I need these two boys to make a nice little dexterity save because they don't want to get surrounded right now. They both take 6 fire damage.
All right. The one in front of you is bloodied and burnt up. All right. Izara, you're aware of the fighting now.
I still have a tiny bit more movement left over there.
Alright, I'm going to leave Nazim behind for the moment and try to start catching up.
Okay.
Say to about there, I think, this round. And that would probably... Well, actually... If I can shoot around them, I can probably hit it.
You can, I'd say with your Eldritch Blast, you could probably shoot around him.
Oh wait, that's probably not a hit, but if it is,
Nope.
there you go. Okay, that's end for me.
Easy enough. All right, so after that is the Hollow's turn. Give me 1 second, everybody. I have to use the restroom.
Okay, everyone, we're on a brief little break here, but we are in the middle of an exciting battle with what all of you Dark Souls fans will remember are the Hollows, the effectively the zombies of the Dark Souls universe. Okay, guys, we're resuming.
Going to flank Cetra.
I'm ready with another. So,
One misses you horribly, and the other one manages to hit.
I'll shield again.
Okay. All right. Aaron, your turn.
All right, Aaron is going to walk up and attack with his great axe.
All right. Roll your to hit. All right. That'll definitely hit. And with your minimum damage, that's going to kill it outright. For another 100 souls, just slashing through it. Okay.
That's about it.
Well, warrior can't shoot him, so he's going to shoot you with his bow. Aaron. That misses. The arrow flies past. Kakiro.
Oh, I had myself muted the whole time I was talking. Is the water difficult terrain? Sorry.
No, just the rocks.
Okay. So then I would move 5. And then what? 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Damn. Just outside. Okay, I'm going to. I'm going to drop my swords. Well, now I can only drop one as a free item interaction. Never mind. I'll just ready an action to attack anything.
Well, your other swords float. Remember?
Yeah, but I've got 2. I'm dual wielding 2 though, and I can only drop 1. So I was gonna pull out the bow, but I was like, nah, I don't have the dual wield.
I would say that you could drop them both as a free action.
Wait,
Okay.
didn't you say don't you have dual wielder?
Well, I decided to take mobile instead.
Oh, okay.
I'll pick up dual wielder next level. So it's like, I'd rather have the speed and the swashbuckler thing. But okay, so yeah, if you let me drop them both as a free bow, some wood elf. Wood elf doesn't have a long bow, and I'm going to try and help and assist and see if I can break this one's head off.
Okay.
And fire. That's why I clicked it. There we go.
All right. The arrow flies true, getting a pretty good shot and stabbing into its head. It is bloodied. You can see the black ichor pouring out.
Damn, its head's still attached to its neck. And then I'll haul in my turn.
Cetra?
They're gonna go right there. And then shank with the spear.
That will hit.
Another 9
And that
damage.
will kill it.
And then
For another 100 souls as it dissolves.
we have just enough movement to get there.
Okay. Izara?
Well, Izara is once again going to try and catch up here. And another Eldritch Blast at the only one she can see.
Okay. That will hit. All right. It is bloodied as the blast hits and does a decent amount of damage, scorching it. Aaron, your turn.
Aaron is going to go up and see what happens when he attacks with his great axe.
Okay.
I know, surprising, right?
That will hit.
Smash it.
And with your minimum damage, that's going to kill it. Dissolves into another 100 souls.
Finally. Alright.
Eventually, Nazim catches up. He's hobbling.
This area is a bit different than the others. No.
Possibly.
Tomb.
Possibly adjacent cavern might have been. Well, the mall might have collapsed in due to the water.
Yes, this place is rather ancient, and it has not withstood the test of time very well. I do my best to maintain it, as that is my purpose.
I search around.
Yeah. Search time.
Make an investigation.
I'm going to do 2 things as part of this. First things first, I'm going to cast Guidance. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Portent. So my base roll is a 16, plus 6, plus 1d4. So that is a 23, because I'm using my 16 portent.
Your what?
My portent? Let me post that for you. I had a 16 as one of my portents, so I'm replacing the roll that I would have had with the 16.
Arguably the most OP ability in 5e.
Yeah, it is good. It still costs a reaction normally. So it's 16 plus 6 plus 1, so it's 23.
To the north is nothing.
And I got a 3.
So Aaron, you don't find anything. Cetra, you find a small crystalline shard that looks like it was part of a strange bottle. It's got weird etchings and carvings on it, but it doesn't make a lot of sense right now.
Oh. Trinkets. Stash it away.
Okay.
The stream runs from the north. These are comments. It seems to be a dead end, but it may run further to the southeast. This tunnel, and she gestures toward the pond.
No, there's a hole over here.
This simply returns deeper into the catacombs. If you'd like to leave, it is back the way I came.
Yes, but trinkets. Knowledge, trinkets, stuff.
You've asked for the tomb to be cleansed, and well, the fewer of them there are, the less there are to trouble us later.
And my lord likes trinkets. And I found this, and I have no idea what it is. And they hold up the crystal.
Cool.
Ah, that would be a shard of an Estus flask.
What now?
A boon granted to the enkindled. Amiria has several for you.
Sounds cool. I'll pick it up later.
They allow one to be revigorated by the sacred flame.
I was hoping I
Cool.
could cast with it. So I can't cast spells with it.
I do not believe so. That is a broken fragment of a flask.
Eh.
What's this?
There's a tunnel.
All right, I squeezed
No,
through.
no, come on, it's a big guy. Come on. Nope.
You want to go first?
Yes, come on. You're so big, it's so difficult to get around you. Let me go down here.
Very large tunnel or cavern ahead, I can see.
Oop. Things. Stuff. Things. Looking around. Tongue sticking out.
Would help him.
Super curious.
You can see some bats on the ceiling, but everything in this area looks pretty much destroyed.
How high up is the ceiling? Cause actually, do we feel hungry?
You do not. There's a bit of a hunger in you. It's faint, but you don't feel like you necessarily need to eat.
You know what though? Cetra's still gonna throw their spear at one of the bats.
Okay.
What to see if they can eat a bat.
Initiative.
Oh.
Oh.
Initiative. My bad.
Has it met past armor or?
Your Aaron's rage has ended.
Yeah, at this
Fair enough.
I'm just checking. Do my molten blades? Oh no, my molten blades last for 10 minutes. Okay, they should still be up.
We need a bat. When your wizard is a carnivore.
I'm surprised you still feel any hunger at all.
Yeah, it's probably a snake thing.
Yeah, Hikiro kind of just also eyes the floating molten swords and doesn't really remember, at least from his past life, he was able to do this, and just kind of, I guess, at least when it comes to battle, some instincts go beyond death. As when in the first battle started, he was just kind of able to, I don't know, just instinctively summon them.
Yeah. Cetra, you get your surprise attack against the bat.
Oh, does it count as a surprise?
Yep.
I will re-roll it. So 18.
That'll hit.
Surprise!
I think you can only get your action as part of the attack, so I can't use my bonus action.
Okay. Now, Aaron, it's your turn.
Naren tries to take out the other bat.
Okay.
Wants to do it quickly, so just recklessly.
Okay. That'll hit. Ouch. Yeah, the bat is bloodied and screeching as it flails around in the air. Kakira, your turn.
Alright, so he would, Hero would quickly move around to flank the bats.
Okay.
And with his hands directing him, he would just kind of make his two molten swords kind of cross slash at the bats at the same time.
Okay. The first one will not hit, and the second one will not hit.
So
The
that
bat's
means
flapping and moving out of the way.
The first one's a 21.
Oh. I'm looking at the wrong one. Yep. So the first one will hit.
10 damage.
It is definitely hurting, but it is not dead.
The second one misses, and he
Yep.
he will move back to where he was.
That'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Mobile.
I've got
Oh,
mobile.
yep. Izara, your turn.
Oh, that's disgusting. 45 feet of movement and mobile.
I know this comes as a shock, but I'm going to Eldritch Blast. The one to my southeast.
Okay. Roll your to hit.
An unpredictable maneuver.
And that will miss. The Eldritch Blast blows up against the ceiling, and you guys see a bunch of chunks start falling out of the ceiling, and the ceiling and area around starts to crack.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we hit the bats, not the ceiling. Please, please.
I'm
All
not
right.
the one who antagonized them.
I want food.
It's going to try and bite Cetra.
Ooh.
I'll miss, and then try and bite Aaron.
Ooh. A
That'll hit.
non-raging barbarian.
It just
Okay.
swoops down onto you and bites into your neck, and you're like, ah!
Ow.
I mean, at least you're a barbarian for this part. How?
Okay, so you're paralyzed.
My
as the
my
bat
inspiration.
bites it. Okay. All right, you resist the paralysis. Cetra, your turn. Cetra. Oh, spear.
Yeah, I missed.
11 misses.
I will.
Aaron.
I did make an attack though, so I can use my bonus action to do the.
Okay.
Restrict. Let's see if these things are okay. Come on. Don't be a strong bat. Oh, yay! And then.
That'll constrict and crush it.
Oh, is the minimum,
it does,
is the minimum damage going to be enough?
yeah. For 50 souls, and it dissolves.
They're sad.
Aaron.
I think they try to eat it as it's disappearing.
Just snapping at the bits.
Yeah.
I attacked the one that just took a chunk out of me.
It's on you, like biting into your neck. So you're just like swinging your axe at yourself.
Get off of me!
That will hit. Barely. And that will kill it. For another 50 souls as it bursts.
Weird man, why does everything disappear?
Kakiro?
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, there are more?
You can see the room is starting to collapse.
Oh.
Yeah, we're still in combat.
Well, it was my turn, wasn't it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
he was just using his movement.
To the room.
Okay. So yeah, Kakiro, what are you doing?
So this whole room is collapsing?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would move towards where Arn is. Away. Oh, I'm gonna turn.
Okay. You see the dead end.
There's stuff there.
There does seem to be stuff here.
Does anybody have some?
Kakiro, make a survival check.
Alright.
Alright, you can tell this is a dead end, and the room that's caving in will block this room off.
Okay, then I will dash. And 5, 15, 20. I'm going back the way the games.
Okay. Izara?
Izara is going to book it back to the north. She can see a longer tunnel ahead, and she comments as much, but seeing the ceiling begin to cave in, she just moves back the way they came.
Okay. Cetra? Cetra?
Okay, does anybody got some water? I might be able to do something. No? Well,
Isn't there water all around you?
no, I don't see water.
The stream.
No, I need water in here, though. Well, you know what? Maybe the roof is more. I'm going to cast Frost. I'm going to cast that, which freezes non-magical liquids. I'm going to try and cast it towards the roof. Try and freeze it in place.
The water is not in this area, so that will not stop it from collapsing.
Oh, I tried. Game over.
What? I look around
Alright.
at this.
And the room is now collapsing. Alright, so that's going to, Aaron, you can either take refuge in this room and hope this room doesn't collapse with the others, or try and run back out while everything is collapsing.
I'm going to try.
Take cover in the refuge in the room.
Yeah, and while I'm doing it, look around.
Okay. Make an investigation check, and
Especially at what seems to be this fire thing.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to go in there, but
it just looks like an old fireplace.
Can I take the time and keep searching?
Yeah, you're trapped in there. There's nothing really of interest in there.
If only you had
That's all just
somebody.
ruined and smashed stuff.
If only you had a wizard.
All right. I try and dig my way out.
Make a athletics check at disadvantage.
Would my
Actually, a survival check.
all right.
Because you're not going to have a problem lifting and moving the stones. It's a question of can you move them without causing more of a cave-in.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
With disadvantage. I mean, I wish I could get stuff like that with disadvantage. I couldn't get that one with disadvantage.
It will take you an hour to dig your way out.
Can we hear him doing that?
Yep.
You know, I think he can get out, right? So,
Possibly.
while I have the time, hey, weird guy,
Yes.
what do these do? And they will show him the spellcasting components, basically.
He says, these blossoms act as a focus for arcane energies, while those wrists of saints that you hold perform a similar task for the more holy magics that people may use. And from what I understand, grave goods assist in any kind of nature-based mysticism.
Does anybody here use nature or holy magic?
Ritualistic spells of all manner.
Yeah, you can have those, then I don't want them. However, these other ones, I'm going to use a couple, if you don't mind.
I do not believe I'm in a position to mind, but most kind, thank you.
I mean, I was going to do it anyway, I just had to like to ask.
Do you guys sit back and wait for your friend to dig his way, or your new companion to dig his way out?
They're bored, so they're going to take this time to cast Find Familiar.
All right.
Because it's going to take the same amount of time.
Just to check, Zen, did you give me the holy or the druidic one?
They're basically in storage, so you can take them whenever you want. So,
alright, okay.
yeah, that's... I'm using one right now to cast Find Familiar, of the Cold Bloods to cast Find Familiar, though.
As for our trapped friend, Izara will move over here, and she'll give a try at clearing a little rubble with Force version of Eldritch Blast.
Make a survival check at disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually do something for this. I will, in fact, use my other portent. So regardless of what you would roll, it's a 10. So what is 10 plus your survival? Didn't want to burn it this early, but I'm using it.
That's 13. So I am proficient in survival.
Doesn't make it worse, but it like as you're trying to blow up the rocks, it's just causing more of a cave-in.
Satra can't really talk right now, but they're grumbling as they're glaring at you.
Izara lifts the hand that cradles the tiny flame.
You didn't slow him down, you're just not helping.
Yeah. Izara lifts her
And Kakiro, what are you doing?
We're just watching. I mean, I don't really have anything in particular. What are you doing? You just kind of mostly watch the others what they're doing.
All right, Aaron, you eventually dig your way back out. It keeps collapsing kind of behind you, but you're able to make your way out.
And I
If
was
I'm
hoping
going
you
to
could make me.
there's nothing back in that room.
Also, an hour later.
You were investigating. There was nothing really in that room.
There was a tunnel further ahead, but, well, the cave-in.
Poof. And as he reappears and the ritual completes, a little scaleless dragon would more or less form with the ritual by burning the cold blood blossom. They're a bit slimy and weird looking. Yes, my lord's minion is back.
Cute.
Nazim's like, it is going to take me a while to fix that chamber.
Ah, you'll be fine.
Let's go search more places.
Yes, so I think it'd be safer if we did something slightly different. Nix, could you scout ahead quietly, please? As long as they're within 100 feet, I can see through their eyes, so... And they,
All right.
they have... Let me double check their speed. Yeah, they got a 60-foot speed, so...
Can I pop the ember flask?
We don't have those.
Don't have it yet.
Fair enough.
So, he can scout ahead. I will be basically blind right now, though, because I'm seeing through their eyes.
All right. As it scouts ahead, it sees a small side chamber with a faint blue glowing light, and then a path that leads back towards where you came from.
Ooh, stuff. So, yeah. I would break the connection so that I can see again, and it'd be squeaking for me to go that direction.
Okay.
But this time, given how things have been going so far, spear at the ready, and then telling them to hold back, because they don't fight.
Initiative.
Yep.
Kakiro, would you be going with them?
Yeah, I'd be kind of following up a little bit, and I would probably be like right here before.
Okay.
Because I would still have my. I would have picked up my swords, but I'd still have my bow out.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one. We both have advantage on our grapple checks. Oh, poor Kakido.
Okay. All right. So it sees you. This giant thing gets up. It's got bright blue, glowing crystal shards growing out of it. Has gray flesh and is this huge, large lizard creature. It lets out a roar and then curls up and rolls at you.
PTSD.
I will use my last spell slot.
It's a dex save, not a shield.
Oh, dex save, of course.
Or no,
Yeah.
it is. It is. It's or no, sorry. Yeah, it's just the dex save.
Natural one, of course.
All right.
I am instantly down.
Is it slam?
Oh shit!
I have 26 health. I'm a wizard. Come on.
Aaron, you just see the crystal lizard go rolling by.
Hey guys, guess what? I'm the only one with healing spells.
All right. Izara, your turn.
Oh wow. I am going to move.
You
Even
just
without
heard a
the force
huge slamming sound.
Even without the force damage, I'm down instantly.
I'm going
If it hits me with
to.
that again, I will die instantly.
I'm going to move to here, and I don't think I can move past him realistically, so that's going to be it.
Okay. Cetra death save.
And before that one, nope. But close enough.
All right. Kakiro,
Oof, okay.
you heard a grinding sound and a huge slam, and probably Cetra let out a yelp of pain and anguish.
I got a big man in my way. Is this the enemy?
You don't know.
I-
That's what you can see.
You saw me summon it, so don't even.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. I know it's gonna be bigger than that. I can't even see the enemy. So I would draw my bow and I would just ready an action to shoot at the first
Okay.
hostile creature that comes into view.
Aaron? Yeah, bust.
Aaron rages. And decides to kill it with fire.
Okay. Kill it with fire.
And before I get more,
And that will
negative-
miss. All right. Crystal Lizard's turn. Does not get it back. So it is going
Good.
to.
I don't want him to get that spin back.
Attack with its 2 claws at Aaron.
I swear to
Yes.
God, if it hits me with a natural one,
And second claw attack will hit.
I use Stone's Endurance.
Okay. And then Izara, it's your turn.
I'm going to move ahead here, and now that I can see, well, actually, I suppose I couldn't drag him back without provoking an attack.
Yeah, well,
do you need
Hmm.
my input? Because I do know the rules on this.
sure.
If my body is moved, it cannot provoke an opportunity attack because it is considered forced movement. So if they did move to that square and made the movement, they would be able to do it.
Okay, Zara is going to try and grab
But that
Cetra.
will use your entire action.
Yeah, at the moment, I think you would prefer that. And drag back into the tunnel.
Okay. Cetra,
How strong is Azara?
10
Because I do weigh with all my equipment 400 pounds.
Well, in that case, GM's call if I moved you. I have 10
athletics
strength.
check.
Oh my. Oh my.
Nope. You are trying and just too much weight, but that is your turn. Cetra, death save.
Here's the natural one.
I tried Cetra.
That's 1 up, 1 down. Kakiro.
Okay, so well, so has it been 10 minutes yet that my original molten blades would have disappeared?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
You guys were waiting around for like an hour.
Oh yeah. So 5, 10. Oh boy.
Izanami, you need to go sit down.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to summon 2 Molten Blades.
Okay.
And then I will use my regular action to attack with one of the Molten Blades.
Okay. That will hit.
Alright, 12 damage, and then I will back here just in case in my turn.
Okay. Aaron, your turn.
Aaron tries again.
That'll hit, barely. Is this reckless?
It is indeed.
Okay.
And I'm doing it with radiant and appearing back here.
Okay. Roll your damage. Oh. Okay. It's going to use its legendary action to tail attack you. And misses?
With advantage because you did reckless.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it misses. Alright, its turn. It gets its roll back. So...
Oh boy.
Well, luckily it doesn't count as a melee attack. It counts as a save attack, so it's not 2 death saves.
Okay, so this is going to hit everyone but Aaron. As it just spins and rolls past everyone.
I get an opportunity attack, right?
Yeah. And everyone needs to make a dex save.
I get 1 automatic fail.
Right. I will try to dodge.
That will hit.
And then as it rolls on by me, I'll command my Molten Blade to strike.
Okay.
So as it rolls, it takes 32 damage. Cool.
Okay. All right. That's everyone making the save. So you guys all jump out of the way as it goes rolling past you. Izara?
This time around, while it's distracted on the other side of the room, Izara may not be able to move Cetra, but she does try to stabilize at least.
All right, make a medicine check.
This is when I wish I had my portent and was awake. DC 10.
Yep, stabilized.
Your lucky day.
All right. Cetra stable. Kakiro.
Alright, he's going after this thing. 15, 20, 5. Alright, so he's got his 2 Molten Blades out. So this thing's been damaged at all. Does it look like it's been weakened?
It is not bloodied.
Alright, well, he's gonna try and do so. So he's going to use his main attack to attack with the short sword.
Oh, okay.
Alright, he'll spin around and bonus action attack with the short sword.
Why are you rolling with advantage?
He hasn't
Always
set it
roll with
to.
advantage.
Yeah, he hasn't set it to warrior toggle.
Oh, okay. So the first one hits. The second one, I need you to roll a d4. Okay.
Alright, and then I will, as extra, I'll command my 2 Molten Blades to attack and shatter against it, breaking them.
Okay.
Since I don't have any Molten Blade points left.
Okay. Those will both hit. And as the second one hits, actually, you notice it doesn't seem to be affected by the fire. Or
Okay.
the fire's not very effective against it. And it is, you can see the crystals have cracked and parts of them are breaking off.
And then...
And there's little bits of blood trickling out of wounds on its body.
Good. I'm going to action surge and attack again with my short sword.
Okay. That'll hit.
And then I'll just take a step back. And I will end my turn.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
It is going to use its legendary. As you're leaving it, it's going to use its attack of opportunity. Sorry.
It
It's
doesn't
got
get one.
Mobile.
You can go seek him. Go knock. Oh yeah, mobile. So it won't do anything. Kakiro, your turn. Or Aaron, your turn.
He's gonna run around the corner
Don't step on the snake, please.
and raise his great axe and appear next to him.
Okay.
Still recklessing. Sorry.
That will hit.
And it's radiant damage because I used the teleport.
Okay. And it will then use its legendary action to make a tail attack.
It hits, but do it again just in case. So I take 17 damage.
Yep. And its turn doesn't get its rollback. It's going to make its 2 claw attacks against. It's actually going to go here. I'll go actually here. It's going to try and stop you from fleeing. Claw and claw against each of you. 1 claw each. So Arn.
Sadly, it has advantage on him.
Oh yeah. So that'll hit.
And Arn is down.
And then Kakiro.
Just hits.
Alright. That's the end of its actions. That's its swipe slashing into each of you. It knocks down Arn. Azara?
Well, I can barely see it here, so I'm gonna step just across the stream here, and I'm going to launch, seeing the cracking crystals, a force-based Eldritch Blast at it.
Oh, okay.
And does that hit?
It would, because it's natural armor. It wouldn't. It would normally miss, but like it would impact its body. But it is going to heal from the force damage.
Oh man. Of course.
As you see the magical energy hit it and just start to soak into its crystals, and they start the crystals start to reform and uncrack.
And Izara is quite done. That's the end of her turn.
Cetra's down. Kakiro.
I know I could do something, but I need to be sure.
Kiro's gonna bonus action second wind. Where is? I don't have a macro for it now. I guess it's just 1d10 plus 3.
Okay.
So I'll regain 8. This is dangerous. I want to. Okay, so is it still difficult terrain since he's down?
No.
Okay. So Hero kind of assesses the battlefield. Seeing how it just got healed by one of his allies. 2 allies are down. He's used all his resources. And seeing how this thing fights, and it gets 2 attacks per turn, he's pretty confident they can't defeat it right now. So he's gonna run.
Okay.
10, 15. He'll take the Oppie since he hasn't attacked it.
He'll what?
He'll take the opportunity attack because he hasn't attacked it. Just misses. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's going to dash action and go 45.
Okay, and you can see a small cave
dead end.
leading. This is a small cave that
it is?
leads out
Okay.
to the other end.
Okay, yeah, then he uses 45 feet to dash up here.
Okay.
And that'll end his turn.
And at the end of that, he is going to do a spin, his tail spin, and will do 2 death saves to Aaron.
They only do the death saves if they hit.
Oh, yeah, I have to roll at advantage, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, because he's prone. So yeah, now it's 2 death saves. Aaron would get 1 though. He hasn't had 1.
And
And
then
he's
its
down.
turn. Izara, you see Aaron's body just dissolve.
Ooh.
And it is gonna squeeze in, so it's difficult as it's coming at you. It's gonna be at disadvantage for these attacks.
Ooh, my.
The claw hits, and then it's your turn. Izara?
I am going to disengage here. And frankly, I'm going to run, but I'm going to very kindly throw one of my shrouds over Cetra as I go. And I'm going to kind of go around here. Just try and hide in this alcove.
Alright, you took your action to disengage, so you'll have to wait until your next turn to hide. or you can take the opportunity attack. You also need to mark the damage on your character.
All right. So I disengage, but I can't go around the corner, right?
You can go around the corner, but to take the hide action, you'd have to spend your turn. But you already used your action to disengage.
I'm still going around the corner. I don't want it to. I'm moving. I threw one of my shrouds over Cetra. Maybe it won't do anything to him. Her. I don't know.
Nazim runs past you through the cave. Kakiro.
Yeah, I'm running to the cave too.
Okay.
Okay.
Apologies for that sound, viewers.
Arn's gone.
Yeah, and then I would just go around the corner and hide.
Izara, you can see it coming around the corner.
Uh-oh.
Is it? Nope, it's just going to ignore Cetra. Izara? Actually, it's going to use the rest of the dash to get there.
Ooh, hell.
Fuck.
Big lizard just walking into the corner, trapping you.
Could have taken the opportunity and healed me. Pretty sure I could actually deal with this thing.
With what? I don't have his healing spell.
My friend.
You could take that as one of the cantrips that you know.
It's a little
No.
late.
Azamar have a built-in ability called Healing Hands.
Oh yes, that's right. Well, sorry, I screwed us both.
Oh no, it's gonna ignore me and go back to sleep. I'm fine.
Yeah, I did that for you at least. Well, I saw this thing heal when I used my force bolt on it earlier, and I really don't have a choice now, so firebolt.
Okay. Eldritch Blast at disadvantage.
I don't have my spell set up.
That'll hit. The fire doesn't seem very effective against it.
Didn't heal it though. That's a plus.
Alright, it's going to use its legendary at the end of your turn.
Oh, it really doesn't need to go to the bother.
That's not at disadvantage, so... It's 11 slashing, 6 force. So that is... You've taken a total of...
17 and...
44.
Yeah.
34.
34. I'm still up, barely.
Alright.
This is why I wanted to set up my spells
Its
earlier.
turn. Double claw. So that's 16, takes you down, then 2 death saves.
Oh, man.
And then you need to make your death save.
Oof.
It would only be the first one.
Yeah, it'd only be the first one. And then on its action, it would eat you and kill you. So you would dissolve into the fire. And that would go back to sleep.
Thanks for warning us, Nazim.
He didn't know it was down here. Nazim goes up to Kakiro and is like, I believe there's a way to revive your friends. We must go back up to the shrine.
Don't revive me.
Lead the way.
Well, if it's asleep after an hour, I would automatically get a short rest while unconscious.
Yep. You'd get a short rest. Make a stealth check.
All right.
That is literally my entire health right there. That is exactly my health.
No, Cetra needs to
Oh,
make a
sorry.
stealth check to sneak out.
Oh, who said I was going to sneak out? I'm going to try one. I'm going to try one thing first.
Okay.
If it, I need to post them because this would apply to any language I speak. If it understands any of those languages,
It
I'm
does
going to
not.
cast suggestion. Nope, then I wouldn't be able to cast suggestion on it. But I can at least make it prone.
What's this? Where's the save? Wisdom saving throw.
It barely passes. Well, that would be an action. And then, nope the fuck out.
I'm gonna say none of that wakes it up. If it had worked, it would have. Okay. You would eventually find your way out, Cetros. You guys are gonna be here.
And then, well, to make it faster, she would dismiss they would dismiss their familiar. Because,
All right. So I need Izara and Aaron to roll a d4.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.
Okay. Aaron, make a mark in your character sheet that you've lost memory number 3.
Oh, that's bad.
And Izara, you've lost memory number 1. You both gain 1 level of hollowing, which means you have disadvantage on charisma and ability checks towards non-undead creatures. And you lose -1 to your hit point maximum per level of your character. Kakiro, you come up with Nazim, and you see a young woman with a long whitish blonde hair, and there's a strange silver crown over her eyes. She's in light blue robes. And her and Nazim instruct you to place your hand upon the sword within the bonfire in the center of the room, and when you do, Aaron and Izara rematerialize. But they look a little undeadish. Their skin looks a little withered and gray.
Welcome back. You both look a little different this time.
And after a little while, Cetra makes their way up here.
oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be quite a while, I assure you, because they would get distracted by every new thing.
There really wasn't anything else down there.
Yeah, they're still gonna look. New information. It is their flaw.
But yeah, the young woman walks up to you guys and says, "Welcome. My name's Amiria. This is Nazim."
God, I feel bad for this. I really do. Cetra is going to be in her face, being like, "Are you blind? Are you blind? What's up the thing? Are you blind? Explain your blindness."
Yes, I'm blind. When I was young and they chose me to become a firekeeper, they took my eyes from me. That's part of what
Ooh.
that's part of what the firekeepers must go through in order to perform our task.
What was it like?
Painful, but worth it.
So, are you blind, or do you have like the magic stuff that lets you see, or?
I am able to see through magic, yes.
Ooh, interesting. Is that a
It's
spell or
more that I
power?
see what will or can be as opposed to what is.
So, what do you see with me?
Potential.
Eh, maybe.
I thank you all for answering my call.
Mm, they'll bite their lip.
And your call
I
is
see.
answered, but your call is answered, but I have lost something in the process. Last remember being eaten by a lizard?
Oh yeah. Big. I need to know more about it. Tell me. Big lizard, covered in crystals. Tell me.
I am not familiar with such a creature.
Do you have books here for me to read?
Only my tome of firekeeping. There is a library within a city nearby, Farron.
Farron. Do I know Farron?
Make a history check. For you at disadvantage.
Yay. That's still a 17.
You do not.
Damn.
Since I'm overhearing, I could make a go at it. I don't know if that's a disadvantage or
It would not be from your time, Yuzara, so you would not.
Okay.
But would it even be from my time? Because I'm pretty old. Oh yeah, I used my whisper to hit that. Farron. I'm gonna, something to know. New stuff. And then they're gonna get distracted by Nazim.
She approaches all of you and she says, "You were all once mighty heroes who tried to light the flame in your day and age. And such, you were honored by being buried in this shrine. And your remains watched over by the keeper, Nazim. But the fire began to fade a long time ago. And I do not know how long it has been, but our sun is blackened, eclipsed, and it bleeds onto the horizon. The world is in torment. People go on endlessly cursed with undeath until they lose themselves and become what we call hollows. Horrible creatures that feast and desire the memories and essence of the souls that linger within those who still have some semblance of themselves. And there were supposed to be these mighty lords that were said that would return and relight the flame, having sacrificed themselves in the past. But none have done so. I beg of you, please help us.
I would definitely help you.
Thank you.
Sexual will glance back at the words, but make no remark.
In calling you, the ritual I performed enkindled your body and souls, and I have linked you all to the great flame, or at least what's left of it. She gestures to the bonfire. With this, if you can bring me the souls of the slain and fallen, I can use those to embolden and strengthen and restore your powers from your former life. Or enhance you with new blessings and gifts that you acquire.
Izara's looking at her hand for a moment, and she's seeming to notice a slight difference, more toward what she was just destroying not long ago. And she inquires, I take it the flame's no longer sustaining life as it should have. We're looking rather like, I would suppose, the failed ones who rose in the tomb.
If there, I have only attempted this once and know that it only worked on the 4 of you. If there were others in the tombs, they were those who had succumbed to hollowing and wandered in.
Yes, but are we as a result of what you did? And she holds up her hand to indicate it looks a little bit different.
Looks like it has begun, yes. But it happens when one dies in this world. Souls no longer pass on. Your connection to the flame allows them to be drawn to you.
I remember a flame growing strong and new, but another, well, diminishing. Is that what is left of the first flame?
All I know is that this was the last lit bonfire, which is why I came here to and attempted to perform the ritual. I had no idea if it would work, but I am so relieved to see that it has.
Seem to have lost something. I remembered something of home, but now it is gone. I see how this no doubt works. The more one dies, the more one loses the self, and finally, well, you become the mindless creatures. No?
You are correct.
Well, this is unfortunate. And she's looking around and she inquires of Cetra, did you survive? I threw one of my shrouds over you before I was eaten.
Yes, thank you. I was very lucky. I assure you, your kindness will be repaid. I was taught by my lord. Exchange for an exchange.
I was taught by...
Who is this lord you keep speaking of?
The great.
That is true.
Is what now?
He said it was true, but what did Cetra say?
The great scaleless one.
Everyone make a religion check.
Can I do that at advantage? That's more from my age.
Sure.
Don't know shit.
Kakiro,
Yeah.
were you gonna roll your religion?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. More of a lag on roll 20, it looks like. I could have sworn I rolled it and I was waiting for it, but...
Alright, so Izara, you are the only one that knows. The scaleless one, it was known as Sagith, is the betrayer of the primordial dragons who sided with Gwyn, and is a reclusive studier of mysticism and arcane knowledge.
She looks rather skeptically over at Cetra and inquires, you serve Sagith? He yet lives.
Maybe not anymore, but he did in my time. And they will recall their familiar, because it is a tiny scaleless dragon. See?
In my time, he was alive and well and in Lord Gwyn's service, but, well, I know not much more of him than that. Mystic, very interested in magic, as I recall.
Yep. I am one of his knowledge seekers.
Knowledge seekers, as if he needed more of it.
He had difficulty traveling, so he sent us.
Well, you now have knowledge of what will happen to you if you are eaten by a lizard. Evidently, we are, well, somewhat revived, and she's still looking at her hand with a bit of disgust.
Nazim comes over. Here are the flasks I told you about.
Yeah?
Handing each of you one.
I
They're
could have used this
broken,
before.
crumbly things. You can see there's pieces and sections missing out of them.
They will flick their tongue at the task. Smell/tasting it.
It's old, dusty, danky, kinda tastes mystic. And like
Ooh.
burning.
Spicy. Oh. You told me. They're going to experiment, and he said the crystals went with the thing, so he's going. They will touch it together. What does it do?
It'll fuse.
Yes. Ooh,
Really?
what's it do? Ooh. They're gonna study it some more. See what the effect actually happened.
Make an Arcana check.
Come on, wizard. This is a wizard thing. Do your wizard thing. 18.
You're overwatching, Kelly.
You're a wizard. Do your wizard stuff.
Natural 1. 18.
You can tell that it's magically become a little bit more whole and restored the flask a little bit.
Interesting.
They're very old and broken, but it just auto assimilates any pieces that come to it to help restore itself.
Guys, look. Find the crystals. Do the thing. Looks cool.
Crystals, do you have a supply of these? She asks of the firekeeper.
I have one that I found in my travel here. I offer it to you, of course, to all of you, whichever one of you will take it or needs it most.
I would appreciate it.
I shall decline. I think if they are restorative, they're better served in the hands of another.
Oh, restorative. That reminds me. What does it actually restore, you said? I wasn't entirely paying attention.
Amir says, well, when one is connected and enkindled to the flame, they can touch any source linked to the great flame in the sacred kiln, and it will revitalize these flasks, and they restore one's health by drawing upon the energy of the flame.
Ooh. Only health? That's a shame.
It can be used to restore one's magic and mystic abilities as well.
Wait, what? How? Gonna examine it. Like, how? Things do. They're very hyperactive when there's new information to be found.
It's based on what one wishes when one takes a sip from it.
Ooh. They are going to test it.
It's not glowing right now.
Oh. Is that doing anything?
Huh.
I touch mine to the bonfire.
You put your hand on the blade and you see it start to glow faintly in the bottom of the flask. You are all attuned to your flask. They don't take up an attunement slot. They cannot be used to heal someone else, but you can. They're bonus action to use, or you can take your action to use someone else's on them if they have one that's still got uses.
So might I take that extra one?
Mm-hmm.
It's up to all of you. I offer it to...
I will refrain. I feel it would be better served in the hands of one of the swordsmen.
I've got one. I'm gonna go back to you. And they'll go back to examining Nazim. And you can see while they're examining things, they're holding a little, well, actually, I guess it's not super little, a medium-sized crystal in their hand, and they're dipping their tail in an ink vial on their side, and then writing on it. And anything they write automatically just vanishes into the crystal.
All right. So who's taking the shard?
Takiro, are you fine with me taking it?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, I do. And I put it
All
next to mine.
It fuses. You now have 2 uses.
Hey, weird guy, do you have a name?
I'm Nazim.
Why do you have so many arms?
I was once a creature of the abyss. I
Ooh.
found my way out, and I lost my heart. From there I was bound to this place to serve as its keeper.
Hearing that he's from a place called the Abyss, Cetra will start speaking in Abyssal and asking, "Do you understand me then?"
In abyssal back. Of course. Although it has been long since I spoke my native tongue.
Ah, interesting.
Anyone who doesn't speak abyssal just hears them making very strange, very dark and disturbing sounds.
Cthulhu, we like to call them Cthulhu noises. It's one of the 2 dialects of Cthulhu noises. Interesting. We need to talk more. Later, though. Later.
Is this whole land so vicious now?
There are some survivors scattered. There's a small village nearby, the town of Eisendor. It lies on the outskirts of the city of Farin. Or Farron, sorry. And there are those who still live within Farron, the king of which may be of some aid to our task. He's said to be a follower of Gwyn, and has been gathering souls for the flame himself.
Well, that's good. What can you do with the flames, the souls we already have?
If you bring them to me and there's enough of them, I can use them to embolden you. She can level you up.
Ooh.
How many would be
Yeah,
required?
does it take a lot?
Let me just double check my chart.
1800 for level 4.
It would
I know
take,
like the first 6 levels by heart.
yeah. It would take the 1800 fragments of essence to strengthen any of you further.
I think we must defeat that crazy lizard creature.
Yeah, but first, how do we... I don't feel tired. How do we... rest?
I do not know that anyone sleeps these days, but being enkindled, you are able to return here or to any bonfire you light and rest yourselves amongst rest yourselves next to its warmth and take refuge in its hearth, and it will restore you.
Ooh, show me.
Will it do this for the effects of our death, the change toward the mindless ones?
The only thing I know that can cure the hollowing is to take the essence of someone else's humanity and use it and feast upon it like they do to restore one's own.
Humanity?
Oh, what a civilized time we live in.
I'm gonna go right up into Miri's face. Tell me more.
It is the term the Firekeepers use to describe the essence of one's soul, their mind, the part of them that we were blessed with by the gods. That's something extra within each of us.
Izara's back sort of stiffens at the mention of the word gods, and she asks, what of Aldria? Where is she?
As far as I know, all the gods reside in the great city of Anorlando.
So then my mother is still alive. That's a
Anorlando,
beginning.
you say?
Yes,
Hmm.
although none have been able to reach it or know where it lies.
My mother would be there if that is where all the gods have retreated to.
Would I recall being from there?
Who?
Would I recall being from there, Aaron?
You're not from Anorlando.
I thought I was from the...
It's from
the
that time frame from the country, the same country that Anorlando was in.
Would I have any
Lord
memory of it?
Aaron and Izar, you could make history checks to recall what you know about it.
What about Cetra working for Sagith?
No.
No.
All right. So Izara, you know of the name. You know you probably once called it home, but you know you don't consider it home any longer, and haven't for a long time. But other than that, you don't remember anything about it. As for Aaron, you remember, as you think back to it, that you're beginning to recall. You think you were in a war with the people of Anorlando, or the people of Lordrin, and you're pretty sure that Anorlando was the capital.
Okay, let's not go there. They're crappy people.
I need to find out about this place for my lord.
Feel free, just don't take me with you. They were dicks when I was alive, and can't imagine that's changed that much.
You remember that their queen, Nashandra, stole something precious from your kingdom. Aaron. Kakiro, what were you rolling insight for?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to remember history like everybody else.
Oh, 1 second.
I misclicked on insight. I was wondering. I was like, oh, because I usually have my -1 history. I was like, yeah, that's a decent roll.
Oh, okay.
There's the -1 history. All right.
All right, Kakira, you would remember stories about the city of Anorlando being the great city of the gods, but in your day and age, supposedly all the gods had left and abandoned Anorlando for other parts of the world, and that supposedly the great ringed city of Anorlando resides at the end of time.
I don't know how to get there. I wonder if the gods are waiting at the end of time for us.
Who cares about the gods?
Well, I for one do. My mother is one, but for the moment, well.
Wait, Mother? Are you a demigod?
Demigod? No, I don't believe you could call me that. What was this you said before of lords not appearing when they should have?
Hey, don't touch my question.
Amaria looks like she doesn't want to interrupt the two of you. Like she's like, I'm not sure if she should speak or not.
What are you? Tell me secrets.
I'll tell you secrets later after we know the world-ending situation we may be in, or you may never return to Lord Sigith to tell all that you've learned.
Ah, you're insufferable. I'm going back to the crazy weird guy.
And, oh my. As I was saying, what was this you were telling us about lords who were supposed to appear and resolve this, who haven't?
Well, within my book it said, and us firekeepers are taught that when the fire fades, a chosen undead will rise and embrace a pilgrimage to restore it. But that when even that is not enough, it is said that one day the lords will return to take their thrones, and the dead shall be chosen and enkindled to rise to take up the sacred pilgrimage. It's said that the old lords shall be returned to their thrones and act as kindling to restore the flame. But none of these old lords have returned, nor do I know where their thrones are.
Well, would they... Well, would they be either not in Anor Londo or in a place such as this?
I imagine they would be somewhere like this. With Anorlando being lost, I can't imagine that they would be residing there.
Then we are left with a little trail to follow. It would seem as though the best option is to present ourselves to this king you've mentioned and see what he knows. Although I would really rather do something about this hollowing, you call it, before I go.
The hollowing curse I cannot aid you with. We all face that in these days.
Even you?
I think we should train a bit first. Take out some of these things in these caves.
Do you suffer, Nassim?
I am beyond death, so I do not face the hollowing curse.
Oh, you and me are definitely going to have to talk about that one. Why do you have so many arms?
It is just how I have always been. Well, since I was trapped in this form, at least. I do not recall what my original shape looked like.
Interesting. Maybe I had a tail. Tails are nice.
Hmm.
I want to study you. What do you even do? You said you fix things?
I maintain this shrine. I bury the fallen heroes. And I I have the ability to transpose great souls of those powerful creatures that reside within this world and draw from their memory and personality, from within their very souls, great objects of power. It is a delicate process.
When we do that, I definitely need to watch.
How would you happen to be able to do something like that now? I would love to have some great objects of power. It might help on our quest.
Do you have such a soul? He
Technically,
kind
I
of
am
creeps up,
such a
walks up, and like tapping his fingers kind of looks curiously. Oh, the process for which I speak consumes the soul once I perform the ritual. I would not recommend attempting to perform it on one that is still utilizing it.
We ourselves.
That does sound like
Okay.
a problem.
Yes, sounds like a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be quite harmful if you
What?
were to even survive.
Hmm?
We ourselves have barely risen from, what one would call the sleep, I suppose, and died, some of us already. We've fought no such great powers.
Nazim turns, yes, if you arose here, then you were dead. And I likely entombed you. There are so many to keep track of, though. I do not remember the faces.
Yeah, there was like... Wait, you buried every single one of them?
Yes.
That's a lot.
I am Izara, daughter of Aldria. Does that offer you no recollection?
I know very little about the world outside this building. My oath prevents me from leaving.
Oh, that sucks. I would hate to not be able to leave. Can't do research.
Unless, of course, an enkindled was to locate my heart and free me from my binding.
Your heart. Who took it? Wait. Let me guess. Was it Gwyn?
I wouldn't be surprised. He was an asshole.
Where might your heart be?
My heart lies within the abyss, within Labyrinthia. It was taken and consumed by the great knight of Gwyn named Parl. Although I think that they were lost to the powers within. But
Check.
do what?
A check, please.
What are you trying to check?
Labyrinthia.
Oh,
And
yeah, you
Parl.
can make a history check or Arcana.
They're the same. Arcana seems more appropriate given what it is. 15.
All right, you do recall that Labyrinthia was another plane of existence that Gwyn imprisoned the horrible creatures related to the abyss and the darkness that existed in the world before him. He feared their power and their corrupting ability and their evilness, and set to building an incredible city, or a huge prison, not necessarily a city, out of in another plane. It's that it's a place of really weird and unusual magics, and it merges and erupts from the ground in places around the world.
Dangerous place. Not very good idea to go there. We are barely strong enough to survive here.
Very true.
We must go through some training and gathering of these souls if we are to survive. Shall we get to it?
Yes, but perhaps,
It's possible that the nameless king of Farron would share the souls that he's collected with you.
Nameless?
Yes, but if he doesn't, I'd prefer to be more powerful when I approached him.
As I understand it, these souls collected are, well, a form of currency now, a route to power. Why would he give them away?
It is said that he seeks to relight the flame. I imagine he would do whatever he could to help that task.
Then why isn't he here? You are the firekeeper, yes?
She could give him power, but he is not a lord.
He has not sent me here. I came here on my own.
But I know, but why isn't he here?
I do not know. None have seen him for a long time. He resides within the Cathedral of Farron, at its heart.
I'm sorry, I don't trust this foreign lord without some due.
He sounds suspicious. If he wants to relight the flame, he should be at this shrine.
From what I know, his servants gather up souls from Farron and the nearby village of Eisendor.
Must be plenty to go around then.
Yes, but, these villages, why are the souls there to be collected unless his servants are killing in order to retrieve them?
That I do not know. I don't know how he gets them.
I think we should get them first.
Yeah, and I wonder how extent the undead problem is.
I know it was a very difficult journey coming here.
Well, not so difficult as you would think. I I slew a few of these hollows, and I was eaten by a lizard, and then I woke up here. It's actually rather convenient by my perception, except for the losses.
Yeah, you're lucky. It was quite a climb for me. My tail hurts.
I
Tried slithering upstairs.
So, are we hunting things down so we may get stronger?
Can we rest first?
Yes, let's rest.
You guys go around the flame and utilize it, and sitting at the shrine, within the shrine, taking a rest, basking in the soft warmth of the bonfire, and feel yourselves restored.
Cetra would probably not be sitting still. They're going to examine everything they don't understand.
And just so everyone knows, you can shift and double click on Nazim and Amiria, the hazed storage and souls to track everything. If objects aren't in storage, they don't exist.
Or your inventory. So. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I can ruin an enemy. And I could hit this back.
All right.
Yeah. Is there anything interesting in the shrine?
There is a door in the back, kind of buried away.
Ooh. examining.
It's strange, and the architecture seems to kind of. It doesn't look like the door was supposed to be built there, and it's made of a strange black metal with writhing vines and sort of tentacles and twists and moon symbols on it, made from a shiny black metal.
Ooh. I would like to cast Detect Magic.
It is radiating magic, and there.
Go ahead.
Trying to remember what magic type the plane shift spell is.
Transmutate. I can check it. It's in Wizard.
Yeah, it'd have transmutation
Conjuration is plane shift.
and conjuration.
I can get that eventually. It's a long way away. I've long rested, so I'm going to change out some of my spells. Can't use disguise stuff. I'm an idiot.
Alright, so what's everybody doing? The whole shrine is a gigantic shape of a sword, with the very tip of the blade being the two doors that lead out, and the bonfire and everything, the altar, the small pews and places where you're resting and that Emiria is, and the center of the hilt, or in the cross guard where the hilt and guard and blade meet. And the strange door that Cetra has found is in the back, and there's little rooms branching off and pathways that lead down into the catacombs. There are windows. Most of the place is broken and run down. You can kind of see out into the black sky.
Oh, by the way, does the door have any runes on it?
It does.
Are they in a language I might know?
They are written in Sumerian.
Isn't Sumerian abyssal? Or is that deep
No.
speech?
It's neither. It's its own. It's not a language you could start knowing.
I will have to ritual cast it because it's not a prepared spell, but I have.
And since you asked, Zara is studying her flame, sorting through her magical knowledge.
Okay.
I will cast comprehend languages then.
What is Kakiro and Arn doing?
Preparing weapons to hunt something down and gather more souls.
Okay. Arn?
Oh, that was...
Oh, sorry. I got your voice mixed up with Kakiro's. Kakiro?
So for Hero, he would probably just be kind of relaxing and meditating around the fire, trying to see if he'd remember more of his past night, or kind of idly summoning his Ember Swords to kind of get a better grasp on, like, what kind of powers he had in his former life.
Unfortunately, not much more is coming back. It's all very hazy and lost.
No, I can't remember much, but these swords seem to come in handy. He kind of clenches his hand into a fist, and the fiery sword shatters.
Okay. And then Cetra. You see, it basically talks about, it says, here we build a gateway so that we may flee from the tyranny of the great gods and return, or the false gods, and return to the primordial ones upon that gave us all life. We follow in the steps of our great king, banished by the false one Gwyn.
Given that I have to touch it to comprehend it with this, does that do anything?
That's what I was saying with your comprehend languages.
Yeah. I was just wondering if the physical contact did anything besides understanding.
It would creak open, and you would see a small room made out of similar material with strange statues and a large black chalice on a pedestal at the back of the room.
Ooh. Magic?
Yep. Transmutation, evocation, and conjuration.
I wish I could understand this more, but I can't do that one. I need things. They'll close the door for now.
Okay.
It's a place to research later. And then they'll go back. Actually, Nazim knows this place, so they'll go to Nazim.
Okay. Yes, my lord.
Weird black door?
An old gateway to the abyss. If one performs the old rituals and makes an offering of a great blood,
Oh.
they may open the gateway to that world.
That chalice looked big. There, like a lot of blood.
Indeed. I have not known it to require less than a life.
Yeah, no, not doing that. I don't want to go to the abyss yet anyway. Something to look into. But, it kind of reminded me. I saw lots of coin downstairs. But what about gems? You ever seen gems?
There are some placed into many of the objects that are left as offerings, but individual ones I do not recall. You are free to search the catacombs if you wish.
I think I'm going to have to be going with these guys pretty soon. But if you could do me a favor, maybe,
I can search with
please?
you down there.
Oh, yeah, but don't we kind of want to go somewhere else? Fine. But if I'm not here, Mr. Nazim, just a favor. I need a diamond. You can write a diamond. Just a diamond.
What is a diamond?
To clear
I didn't know
stone, you could use it very, very hard. You could use it to etch normal stone.
I will see if I can find something like that.
It's like a sapphire, but clear.
What's a sapphire?
Oh my lord. I wish I had an illusion. Actually, no, I think you can create an illusory image that can fit in your hand. I can do this. You can create an illusory image that can fit in your hand. I can show him what a diamond is.
I will keep my eye out for one.
Thank you. Exchange for an exchange. Once we're strong enough, I will see what I can do about this heart thing. My lord likes it when I keep my promises.
I would appreciate it. It would be nice to explore this world that I have spent so long tending to its heroes of.
I assure you, up until then, I will do what I can to show you images.
You would actually get up and go find Nazim. After
You'd find him
After
talking to
Cetra's
Cetra. Yeah.
Okay, and then he would just kind of wait until Cetra's done talking with him.
Yeah,
Huh.
seeing a new curiosity come up. Do you still? You said you were working with your fire swords, right?
Yeah, I was just kind of seeing what I could do with them.
They will go ahead and give
Yes,
you like.
Ashen One, how can I help you? As he turns to
N-
Kakiro.
Nazim, you said you were a creature. I used to be a creature of the abyss.
That is correct.
What do you remember about that?
Mm, a great desire and seeking an exit to the prison. I recall being of incredible power and a horrible defeat. I know that my home is filled with those of selfishness and greed and consumption.
Is it, is the abyss truly as evil as they say?
I would not be the one to judge it.
Well, I find
But it is
myself...
very different from the stories of those that I bury here.
Evil is a useless word regardless, just as much as good. It's intent that matters. Action.
I find myself filled with doubt over this cycle we find ourselves in of flame. Sometimes I wonder if the abyss is truly as bad and evil as we're led to believe.
Well, that door I found does say they used it to escape.
Azim, as a creature such as yourself, how do you view these cycles of linking the fire again and again?
It takes an incredible toll of life, and those heroes like yourself who return with the most praise are burnt to near ash. As though they were a sacrifice. So, and if this is the state upon which the world finds itself because of these actions, then it is possible it is just as harmful as it is good.
Sometimes I find myself wondering if there's
But the
another
hollowed
way.
creatures that exist out there, and their suffering is true, and only the flame can stop that. So, perhaps it is... I do not know the way to express it.
Double-edged sword?
Yes.
I wonder if... I don't know if there's another way, but at least for now, seeking the fire and seeking the lords is what we'll have to do for now.
If there's another way, I can find it. It's part of my job. But speaking of swords, fire swords, how do you do that? Can you teach me?
It's just something that just something I know in my being. When we awoke, it was just the first instinct that came to mind when battle happened. Not really sure.
Does it feel like it costs magical energy? Is it a spell?
Well, I feel like it costs something, as I do have, as it does tire me so. I can only do it a certain amount of times before having to take a breather. I don't think it's magically inclined. I mean, I can. Any kind of. Is there any like fire nearby or candles?
Yeah, there's candles that are lit all over the place.
Okay, sorry, I thought. And so, and he'll kind of move his hand slowly, and he'll like make one of the candles like flame up and then puff out and then reignite it again. Although I seem to have some small control over flame.
Ah, the simple tricks of flame. I can do similar. And they'll use prestidigitation to just snuff out and relight a candle.
As it goes out, Nazim turns to try and go and relight it, and then you relight it, and he looks curiously at it, and then moves on to maintaining the other candles.
Yeah, he'll make one of the flames like kind of stretch out and morph into like a little, almost like a puppet show, like a little puppet dog. Before it like turns back into just a regular candle flame. Like nothing that I can use to attack with, but I have some control. But
Sounds useful.
I know that those that can conjure it could use it as a weapon.
the swords don't seem to cost magical energies. I think it's more physical. Perhaps as I grow stronger, I'll be able to summon more of them before having to rest.
I shall observe.
They seem to have come in handy, though.
Study more. What about the big guy?
What do you mean, the big guy?
Oh wait, add a character real quick. The way we came up with the how I can use my sword points for the extra attacks, I had forgotten. Do I still get the extra D4 one time a turn? I totally was not using that. That's my bad, though. Okay, I gotta remember that. I'm a dummy.
Yeah. So do I recognize what a giant is? I mean, I know what a giant creature is because Sidigeeth is friggin' massive, but
Yeah.
A giant.
They're from the kingdom of Drangleek.
What do I actually know about Drangleek itself?
That would be a history check.
Let's go.
I know that it was the worst Dark Souls game.
Natural 20.
Oh shit, you know everything.
You know that long after the Age of Gods, the city that had the country of Lordran that had risen up around Anor Londo, went to war with the giants, and at the behest of the king did it for his queen, and they took something very important from the giants, and the giants invaded and laid waste to all of Lordran.
They deserve that shit.
A mystery yet solved. What was actually taken? Even my lord does not know yet. Do you know?
I don't remember.
Interesting. If you do, let me know. Information to pass on. But it is nice to have a strong fighter with us. You seemed quite resilient in our fights. And yet somehow you still fell.
Yes, that crystal lizard really needs to be destroyed.
If if we can find out what hurts it, I've got some magic that can target weaknesses.
It seemed to mind my holy damage just fine.
But perhaps it has a weakness? Has anybody tried anything else besides hitting it?
Well, fire damage doesn't seem to affect it very well, and he looks over, and force damage sure as fuck heals it.
Of course, that is one of my main things, but
Make an Arcana check, Cetra.
okay. 25. Almost another natural 20.
All the crystals that were growing out of it seemed like magical energy sort of coalesced into crystal shards. So that's likely why it's likely very resistant or to magic.
Yeah. Would something more of a raw elemental nature work? Like, would they be able to determine something like thunder? Because that's like sound.
You don't know.
Yeah, if we can figure out its weakness, I'd be able to figure it out. But yes, the force, or as the old ways used to call it, arcane damage. Its body is made of the arcane. So you do not want to use raw magic against it. But something like light or darkness, light and death would be fine, I believe. Anything else, I'm not sure. That was an idea, but maybe not. We'd have to test or find another way to determine its weakness. Are there any spells for that? Maybe there's a spell for that. I need more spells, to be honest. Hmm. Yes, I have something that can do it too. But it does cost that diamond I need. I mean, I could supplement the flowers for it for a time, but I feel like those will go quickly. And I still think that perhaps a bit more strength before we fight it head on again. No, it took you off guard. Yes. I did not expect this giant lizard to just spin towards me. We just need to kill this.
Then let's go.
Yes. Who's eating chips?
Getting a wipe for my daughter. Uh,
Where did you get food?
so are you guys going to go down into the catacombs to try and get even with the lizard,
Yes.
or head out?
Oh. Rather get stronger and
Also, normally we'd be calling it about here, but we're free to keep going for another 30-40 minutes if you guys like.
yeah, I'm fine.
I'm good.
I do have to go, and I do have another game in
Okay.
like 5 minutes.
Oh.
All right. Then we'll pick up next time.
Yep.
All right,
I
you can
hope
keep going without me if you want, though. I mean,
Not if we're gonna fight another thing like that.
well, yeah. If you go back down to the catacombs, you might want to wait. But
I don't know what you're gonna face. Can't tell you.
Yeah, let's go next time.
All right. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you everybody for watching us. Thank you Legacy for giving us being our host and being a great player. Thank you Kakiro for playing, and we're loving your character. Thank you Thomas. Really enjoying Aaron, and as always, thank you Zen.
I'm happy I didn't die. So I mean, I'm doing better than regular Dark Souls. So
Well, so in Zen's game, because I've run this campaign a few times, Zen's whole party died.
Just some dogs and some birds.
Yep.
Well, that's why, like, I was gonna take the dual wielder feat, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is a campaign that's like really difficult, and death's not the end. Never mind, I'm taking mobile.
Is there any chance I can switch from observant to tough?
When you level up, you can swap out a feat. I do.
Oh,
cool.
You can swap out one thing.
Oh, that's nice.
As well as craft a new one.
Because I'm not thinking observant is going to be the most important thing in this particular campaign.
I mean, it will be eventually, but probably not on a guy who's not supposed to.
I mean, noticing the dragon before it comes at us would be nice, but you know.
Yeah, but I have no idea how passives are working in this game.
True. Some campaigns passive perception is godly, and some it's not.
In this, it varies. Some things passive will matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it out for tough and get Great Weapon Master next level.
That's what I'll pick up either like.
Okay, you guys, that was the very first episode of this campaign of Cursed World, a campaign inspired by Dark Souls but with a homebrew spin on the story. I hope you guys had fun. You got to watch me die while performing a tiny little bit of heroics, but I had a great time. I want to thank GM Frosty. She's always a great GM, tells a great story, and I'm looking forward to continuing this next week. So until later tonight, possibly, I will wish you guys a good day, and I hope you guys stay safe, stay well, and look out for each other. And I hope as well that somebody out there is enjoying these videos, and it looks like they are. We've got some nice likes out there, and I really appreciate them. Hit that like button, you guys. It really helps these long videos because YouTube doesn't like them. And with that said, I'm going to close it up, And I will, as I said, maybe see you later. Have a good one.